Actually, for picture, any video I will show on the screen, so a sad event to actress Yvonne Okoro. So, if you don't know actress Yvonne Okoro, this is the actress we are talking about. I believe she's somewhere right now around 40 years. Beautiful Ghanaian actress Yvonne Okoro. Yvonne Okoro acting a lot of Ghanaian movies, Gollywood, and also Nigerian movies, Nollywood. She's both a Ghanaian and also a Nigerian. But then, and let me know, at renting be and a sad news at women, yeah, can want him. Yeah, that's sorry, yeah, a JB ato baby, Neja ato baby, no, a one fee na ata, a Diana, a Boba, a Yvonne Okoro, na Yvonne Okoro, the abandoned in your Tony fee, assembling a hot and information, say, Oko a year, Accra. Is Legon your baby a friend Afri Royal Hotel. Now sa Afri Royal Hotel no apparently no ye chem ye say Yvonne Okoro die. Now yinim ye see ya 2 days ago, the 14th of November 2025 in the evening around 6 p.m. 8 p.m. going and the eja Efi Hotel hoba. Na eja no serious to the extent say time ye be fire service for crash or mombra no na eja no a spread it. There was short videos of the incident ebe mo akwa akwhwe ye babaka ye betwaso.
You need the some for dimirika or for back. I just had the fire service for na you need the some for dimirika or for back. I just had the fire service for na.
So that was Yvonne Okoro in hotel now to say bystanders or mutual video no omodebe tuja. Now you best share another video in the shots no you see Yvonne Okoro herself the stress as a businesswoman pumping millions to build a hotel. Okay, not all of a sudden the Eja Elto hotel for all various reasons you don't know. Our fire service and then on beba and I channel beba uni. You can share this particular video involved. This video you see Yvonne Okoro herself in the shot. You back more updates. So you could see clearly say Yvonne Okoro na ejina enim ho a just said she was very petrified, she was very sad, and we are learning once again say hotel ni din Afri Royal Hotel ewo East Legon. We are learning say ne die it is owned by her. Ono akasa ne die say oja tuma enya asem kitwa. Now in all of these things any same way na akoso we are also learning say in some way na ekoso no the fire service for ba ho mutimi put the whole thing under control. So we don't know currently about the update to Yvonne Okoro in himself or very primitive, and so you'll be obia to say on pen one sem on canon sem will be dream. So we don't know the update as to the issue. Say in some way see no you they've been able to do something about it, how they got the fire under control, time and fire service so by, and we don't know exactly the whole thing into the whole thing in regards to this particular issue. So that is the whole thing that we can see on authority say the whole thing is under control. Now if you say so near called Barbados. Otufo say to me no kasi wako PM Barbados na no ye mamu update so ebro ko PM no we saw said the likes of Denta the likes of Fudimaya and a host of others or more one of the dignitaries of Musia Otufo say to Ebra Okosia and I say Ebra Omoka, the Prime Minister of Barbados, one or more coming to 247 no 247 to walk making certain comments there. All parties said repatriation say abroad for Omobeye slave trade in Yamaniamano, Sanyamani Nano, Ehunsun so okay. A de ba o mani mu abepemene amount for parties say fa bro for omoyi enche omoda no otunfo osetutu air parties the perpetrators of the transatlantic slave trade no de omoboni ayeden acha omo but they must atone for their sins. The omo ye ne de omanye ni yi de omoboni acha omo but then they have to account. I don't know how they have to account for their sins. Yenti otunfo osetu because this is coming at a particular point in time. Osha London Museum, Oma started returning some of the stolen artifacts. Omuwie fee or 2 say to Nananom and Omuya himfo, like the golden stool, like the regalias in the maniema. So you don't know if Otunfo say to some if he's talking from home and as the next action from by Ghana and Asanteman to sue London or UK, we don't know. Yenti in some of the tuja, Yebabaka, Yebetuaso.
So that to have held between the leading policies of countries in Africa and member states of CARICOM should and must be used to coordinate our position and present a common front on the international stage in global forums like the UN, the Commonwealth, the Bretton Woods institutions, and the G20. We should use our combined strength and speak with one voice on issues like the reform of Bretton Woods institutions to enable them better serve the needs and interests of small and developing countries.
Young.
But if we manage our economies well, the diaspora here, we can collaborate with Africa. Africa has all the resources that we don't have to go to the Bretton Woods for the money. We don't have to. If we manage it properly, we can look after ourselves. We have all the resources, we have everything there. And so the students, people who've gone to school, engineers and also are there. So we can plug them from Grenada, from Barbados and everything. Give them, charge them with the mining engineers, go and dig the mine. The doctors run the hospitals. Let us run it for profit. And then we can do it. But we go to Australia, they take my concession, and they go to put it on the stock exchange and take the money and bring back and buy the machines and bring back, telling me it's an investment. But we give them the concessions. Because I'm not in charge of the concessions, the government that is in charge of the concessions. And they take only 10%. I asked the Prime Minister of Norway how they organize their oil, and he said, tell your president to take 70% as a start. I told the then president, who was there, I wouldn't mention the name, that look, that is what the Norwegian president has told me. He said, Majesty, we don't have money, so we have to go in small, so let's agree to what they want to give us first. And we've lost it till now. We don't have the money.
Young.
In the same vein, we should work together on the complex issue of reparations, seeking fair access, development, and compensation for historical injustices, some amounting to crimes against humanity. The transatlantic slave trade was the largest long-distance forced movement of people recorded in history. If truth be told, it was a crime against humanity. We may have forgiven the perpetrators of such heinous crime, but we should compel them through strong international advocacy to atone for their sins.
Young.
And I was not confronted, but I met a Sudanese in Holland. And she wanted to ask questions. I said, let her ask. She said, Majesty, why did you sell it to the people there? Why did you abandon us? I said, my dear, let me be very honest with you. As I speak to you now, we are all now educated and civilized and all those things. But we are still being manipulated by the West. So 400 years ago, if at this stage I'm still being manipulated, my economy and everything is in their hands, what would you have thought about 400 years ago? Where my granduncles were, what? They didn't know anything about anything. So they went there, forcibly bringing Kofi here, Kofi asserting his authority to get back. So I said to she came back, knelt before me and shook my hands and said, Majesty, I thank you. I thank you very much for being very frank and open with me. I said, so it wasn't our fault. They are still controlling your economy wherever, my economy wherever. So we are not in charge of it again. Still, America, Britain, everywhere it's happening. We still will be manipulated. They will still come to us to take our resources and take it back there. That is why we have to sit up and then see how best we can manage our own affairs.
Sema Otunfo say to Odi Tuja, just he said something there personally touched my heart. Say maybe oko inshimudie bi ewo abrochiri and obi ebe bisa no nipa no sha so a black American obi say Otunfo say to we are Santehene, the largest kingdom in West Africa. Adinta na papa nom amoya ahemfo almost ton ye ema abrofo a ebe slaves. Ono say hwe minuaba ma tie o. Ye papa no that time not they were not educated but ne kra na ye educated ma kusukwa kwa masters kwa no omo ba be chinchin yensa ege resources na ye papa no ma sebio omo ntimi nka abcd. They don't know calculus, they don't know algorithm, they don't know you can think of it. Into part say a daily idea sebio ye nyina ye ku yinim e wo wiase no perhaps no we will learn something, and as time goes on, perhaps things can change. What you say, never be timase or this answer meaning etuja. So it is something which really hits home. A idea it hits home, and we believe that as time goes on, more things will be done in regards with this. And how at the end of the day, you know, so that is Otunfo say to all parties say in 70 DSC, one more be a slave trade, one more be a slave trade a year Africa near the one born a party they are but then they are forgiven, but then they must account for their sins. Account no maybe a name say be reparations and I say be a secretary be as a condolence. I don't know. These are big questions, sir. Sebio inyina sheni. But Otunfo say to nana wakasa. I believe at the end of the day, you know, it is up to us not share how we'll be looking at all of these issues and also the way forward in same way the air course. So we'll be giving you more updates into this particular issue as all of these various events continue to unfold. Now